Hi, welcome back, everybody. I hope everybody had an amazing Yom Tov and an awesome Chag. Bez Hashem, we're going to talk about Sfira. We're going to talk about what Sfira is all about and making it count. But for today, while we're still not too far from Yom Tov, it's Isru Chag. I wanted to talk about Shvi Shel Pesach, Kriyas Yam Suf, because there's a lesson in there that pertains really to every day of our life, every day of our working life. So we find that when the Bnei Yisrael were approaching the Yam Suf, so Moshe Rabbeinu speaks to HaKadosh Baruch Hu about what they should do, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, "Ma titzak elai, why are you crying out to me? Daber l'am v'yisrael, speak to the people and go forward and travel, keep on going, don't stop." The question is, what was the taina of Moshe Rabbeinu? Ma titzak elai, why are you crying out to me? Whenever whenever a Yid's back is against the wall, what do? We cry out to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we daven to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Why is Hashem saying, why are you crying out to me? Especially the whole Seder we just got finished saying, V'nitzak el Hashem, how the Yidden in Mitzrayim cried out to Hashem. Why all of a sudden are we not supposed to be crying out to HaKadosh Baruch Hu? That's question number one. Question number two is, so what happens? Nachshon ben Aminadav, he jumps into the water. He's Meiser Nefesh. He jumps into the water. The water starts rising up to his nose. He screams out, "Hoshieni Hashem, save me Hashem, kivah hamayim an nefesh." The water is coming up to my soul. The water is I'm about to be overcome by the water. I'm about to drown. And what happens at that point? The water splits. We have Kriyas Yam Suf. So the question is, at the end of the day, it wasn't just the Hishtadlus of moving forward that caused the Kriyas Yam Suf. At the end of the day, Nachshon ben Aminadav is screaming out to Hashem in Tefillah in order for the Kriyas Yam Suf to happen. So what's going on? Does the HaKadosh Baruch Hu want our Hishtadlus? Keep on going, keep on traveling, keep on walking, going to the water? Or does the HaKadosh Baruch Hu want our Tefillah, our prayer, Hoshieni Hashem, save me Hashem? What is it that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted for Kriyas Yam Suf? That's question number two. Question number three is, Chazal tell us, Kashin b'zaynosa shel Adam, a person's livelihood, a person's sustenance is as difficult as Kriyas Yam Suf. The question is, what's the connection between Kriyas Yam Suf and a person's livelihood, a person's sustenance? That's question number three. I once heard a shir from Rabbi Yitzchak Berkowitz in Eretz Yisrael, a shir on Tefillah, where he's saying that on the one hand, we're supposed to daven to HaKadosh Baruch Hu for our parnasa. On the other hand, we have to do Hishtadlus. We have to work. So what's the balance? So Rabbi Yitzchak Berkowitz said a very interesting thing. He said that Tefillah gets us our Olam Hazeh. Whatever we get in this world, whatever sustenance we get, whatever shefa, whatever bracha we get in this world, that comes from our Tefillah. So what's the point of the Hishtadlus that we do? What's the point of the work we do? Our Hishtadlus gets us our Olam Haba. Our Hishtadlus earns us our world to come. Tefillah gets us Olam Hazeh. Hishtadlus, that gets us Olam Haba. What did Rabbi Yitzchak mean by this? So he explained that every single situation that we encounter in life, there's something that's expected of us. We're supposed to rise to the occasion. We're supposed to use that challenge or that opportunity or that bracha that we're going through in life to be davak to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to connect to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Whatever it is that we're going through in life, we're supposed to use it to connect to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When we're working, when we're doing our Hishtadlus, that's not to actually make money. HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't need us to work to make money. The davening that we do, the tefillos that we say, that has a far bigger impact on our parnasa, the shefa, whatever is drawn down into this world. In actuality, that's because of the tefillah that we say. Our Hishtadlus that we do, that gets us our Olam Haba. That's how we have the opportunity to rise to the occasion, to act in a certain way befitting to a Yid, to act with emunah, to act with bitachon, to talk to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to be honest, to be besimcha, to be happy, whatever it is that we're going through. This is all helping us on a spiritual plane. But drawing down the shefa to actuality in our lives, in our world, that's from the tefillah. I think maybe you could say the same thing by Kriyas Yam Suf. The Sfarim say that the Yidden needed an act of Mesiras Nefesh, in order to make the Kriyas Yamsuf. That act of Mesiras Nefesh was going forward, going into the water. That was the act of Mesiras Nefesh. But that's what was earning them the Olam Abba. That was what was demanded on a spiritual plane. They had to do something. They had to interface with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. There had to be an act of Mesiras Nefesh. But how do we draw down the bracha into actuality? How do we actually have the Kriyas Yamsuf? How does it actually come into actuality? That's not just the act of Mesiras Nefesh. No, we still need the Tefillah to draw down into this world through actuality. And therefore, it wasn't just enough to have the Mesiras Nefesh of Nachshon ben Aminadav. We actually had to have his Tefillah as well. What's the connection to Parnasa? Every day when we go to work, this is the challenge that we are faced with. Do we understand what it is that we are working for, what it is that we are doing? Do we understand that our work is not enough, that we have to daven? Our tefillah is what's going to have an impact on how successful or not successful we are. That's really where our financial success is coming from. But our work, that's the opportunity for us to earn Olam Haba. When we act the way we're supposed to act, with emunah, bitachon, honesty, integrity, living and working as a yid, and understanding what it is that we're doing, that gives us our opportunity to earn Olam Haba. I just want to share a quick anecdote that I heard firsthand over Pesach, on Chol Hamoed Pesach. There's somebody who, he works in the music industry. It's a tough industry, and he works in the music industry. And a few years ago, he had an opportunity. He's trying to break in. He's trying to become more well-known. And he had an opportunity to work with a female singer, to be involved in producing a female singer's song and video and what have you. And he asked the Rav, he asked his rabbi, should he do it? And his Rav told him, listen, you want to know if you're allowed to do it? Yes, I can find you a term, I can tell you a heter that you're allowed to do it. By the letter of the law, yes, you'd be allowed to do it despite the fact that it's kol isha or tznias issues or whatever it is. You're allowed to do it for parnasa. However, the Rav said, I'm telling you, don't do it. And b'schus that, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to bring you tremendous success. And this individual said, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm going to let that opportunity go. And right now, he's tremendously successful. He's a household name, and his name is everywhere. He's somebody that understood the work that he's doing is an opportunity to connect to Hashem, to be Davik and Hashem. When that challenge, when that test came up, he passed with flying colors, because the parnasa that we make is not directly connected to the work that we do. That's on a more spiritual plane. And the tefillos that we say when we daven, Shachris, Mincha, Ma'ariv, and even more importantly, when we daven in between, when we just talk to Hashem throughout the day, when we're by work, we're saying, Hashem, make this meeting go well, put the right words to the mouth, help me out, help me be strong, help me understand, help me be close to you, help me rise to the challenge, help me be honest, and help me have integrity. That's really where our parnasa comes. Let's try to live a little higher. And let's try to realize we just got through Pesach. We're on our way to Shavuos now. We're going to talk more about Sfira and what's happening during these days. But when we're at work, let's try to realize that the work itself can be spiritual. There's something that we're doing by work to gain spiritual reward. And when we daven, let's realize that's really where we're working. And that's really going to be the deciding factor. Are we going to be successful or are we not? Let's all try to rise to the occasion, to rise to our challenges.